get one here. There is a path to reduced fertilizer emissions, but it has challenges. More uptake on 4R and better application technology are key, but so is providing the right incentives. Interesting take here. Major reductions in greenhouse gas emissions from fertilizer use are possible through 4R nutrient management, according to the researchers from the University of Guelph. Is it not pronounced like Is it Guelph?
Yep.
Guelph?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. Yes. But while the 4R concept is good, right source, right time, right rate, right placement, truly significant reductions lean heavily on achieving each factor simultaneously. For example, getting the right fertilizer on the place is all well and good, but if the timing is poor, fertility is lost as emissions anyway. The kind of elephant in the room is eventually we do need to work on the right rate. That's the toughest nut to crack. You don't want to be standing in the middle of the season saying, oh, I should have applied more. Going right back to what you said. In this area, there is some beneficial application technology, but the other big part is that forecast of what the season is going to be like, what supply from the soil will be available, and what the plants need. We can do that based on historical data, but what farmers are looking for is this season. The solution to monitor soils providing alongside crop needs. It is critical to understand how nutrients are lost via water and ammonia for nitrogen and what conditions are conducive to that loss. Combined with on-farm experimentation, growers can determine whether the expense of repeatedly erring on the side of caution by applying extra fertilizers offset by the occasional yield boost. And to close this out here, we would like to see a healthy debate around this issue, but I think the best way to achieve better climate outcomes is for farmers, companies, environmental organizations, and governments to work together. That's a pretty feel-good story there.
They're trying, and rather than just, outright saying, they're talking about using a system of taxing said fertilizer, right? And then using that money to incentivize people who are doing the right thing. So at least it's something. I went off on a diatribe about this in the last episode about how, these bans, so to speak, have these unintended consequences, and there's nothing behind it to support people. At least here, they're looking at that. I would be interested to hear more about what those incentives look like, and is it based on how quickly you catch up? Is it based on how long you stick with it? What are all those metrics that are important to them? But they got something here, Ray. I think it's interesting to see that they're making strides. They're trying.
Yeah, I kind of love the emphasis on the 4 R's again, because the 4 R's essentially pick apart that whole idea of throwing down your annual requirement of nitrogen 6 to 8 months before you actually need it, for example. And even down to the right source. The cheapest source of nitrogen right now per pound of nitrogen is none other than anhydrous ammonia, right? But because anhydrous ammonia is a gas or a extremely hydrophilic gas, it is hard to keep anhydrous ammonia where you put it. Like, for example, you stick 2 pounds per 1,000 square foot of anhydrous ammonia into a field. It's tough to make it so that 2 pounds of nitrogen resulting is still there 8 months later. It's hard. It's really hard to do that.
And the other thing that we don't talk about that I think will be important in this whole thing, they talked briefly about it, I think, in this, is that it's hard to show how much fertilizer is lost through volatilization and through runoff, particularly N. And I think better ways of quantifying that, to show farmers, hey, like, you put this out here, at this time, and you're losing whatever 45%. But if you put it out at this time, you're losing at most 10%. Those those are the kind of things that are going to get us over the hump. So I'm interested to see how it goes, and hopefully, turf, we can lead the way and do some cool stuff with it, because our environments are much more controlled than what they are in a farm.
And I was going to say, I feel like we are maybe not ahead of the curve on this, but it's much easier to implement, right? And I feel like there's such a focus on it right now, right? Like even, from the days of what winterization did look like, right? Winterizer fertilizers, or what it looks like now,
Yes.
I feel like we have made a lot of these improvements. We have research now that shows us why we should or shouldn't do things. Why we're not out there, pre-plant, in January, dumping 50-pound bags of MAP or DAP all over our lawns in anticipation of the green up. And that's still a common thing in agriculture. And I don't know if I've ever seen that in turf grass in the last 10 years. So I don't know, kind of an interesting thing there. Thank you for watching this clip. Be sure to tune in to the Burn and Return podcast on any of your favorite podcast apps every Wednesday, where we discuss the industry's hottest news.